Okay, it seems to be working. Took a little while to start. So yeah, for the last 7 days I haven't been flying all that much. So today I figured I'd go back a little bit to the F4, and I've built this quick, easy mission with 2 targets, and I'm gonna take off from here. Go ahead, hit this fuel truck depot here, and a bunch of fuel trucks and ammunition trucks. There's an SA-8 here that's already been destroyed. That's why there's going to be smoke. It's going to help me spot the ZSU-23 that's here, which will be my Maverick target. I'll try to hit that first. Drop half my bombs here. Drop the other half of my bombs on the infantry tents here. And there's going to be enemy transports flying around, so if I want to do air-to-air, I can do that. It's really meant as a review of a bunch of things, and it's kind of easy to forget some details with the F4. And usually what I do is I position planes like this one on the ground hot, so all the systems are already ready to go. This one I started in the parking, so I'm going to have to start my Mavericks. It'll take the 3 minutes to heat up. And so I'm going to taxi all the way down the runway and take off, because there's a lot of wind, so I have to take off on runway. Is it 28? Yeah, 28 is the runway that I'm taking off from. And so that's the mission. It's really not that complicated. It's not very far, so if I have to try it again, I can come back to base, take the other plane, whatever. We'll see how it goes. So it says take off runway 28. It's windy. Use your Mavericks to take out the ZSU-23 at target 1. Then bomb half your bomb load on the fuel truck depot. Then head to waypoint 3 to bomb the infantry tents near the road junction. Beware of AAA there too. I guess I made a spelling mistake there. And there's an enemy transport plane dropping troops and supplies in the area if you want to practice air-to-air. So let's go try that. You can see the Antonov there in the background. I just remembered that I wanted to change the clouds and I didn't. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully the cloud cover is not too low. But hey, it's part of the challenge. We'll see. I think it's the default one that I don't particularly like. Alright. So we put a little bit of decorations around. Kind of having fun with those new Masson 92 objects there. And so you'll see probably the fuel truck moving away as I click fly. So let's do that. There goes the fuel truck. Alright, so as I was saying, this looks like it's already set, but I'll start the timer because probably will need a little bit of time. This I always forget, so now I do it. This, you know me, I like to set that ahead of time. And these are the ones that carry the Mavericks, as you can see there. So I might have started my timer a bit quick. We'll remove like 15 seconds to that. One of the things I could check is elevations for targets. This one is at 1595. Let me just take a piece of paper. And the other target 3,100. Let's just round it up. Alright. I'm probably going to do dive toss on the bombing, so because it uses radar, it's not as important, but yeah. So the flight plan is like this. I'm going to go to my IP, try to get the AAA with the Maverick, go there, fly back, line up for final and land. So let's see here. This looks alright. This looks alright. I'll have to put that down to TV once I get to ground attack. And of course, for stylistic reasons, it's kind of nice to put the sunglasses on. So let's taxi.
Alright, let's not mess it up this time. So, we going to be picking up a few bug guts on this flight? What do you think? Roger that.
Trying to remember the proper mills for the Maverick. I know it's close to the guns, so I'll put a 35. This is really just to give you an indication of where to point the nose when you want to point the Maverick camera. I like that livery on the F4. It makes it feel more like it's the 80s or something. The Turkish ones, they have the nice gray, like dark ghost gray ones, but this is cool too. Apart when I look in the mirrors or when I look behind, I don't see the colors of my plane much. For the viewers, when I show the outside view, then you get to see it a little bit, but most of my flights I'm in the cockpit, you know. Looks clear everywhere. The only other friendly airborne is the AWACS, I think, so don't have to worry too much about somebody coming in to land.
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive. $80 knots. 100 knots.
Guess we're heavier than I thought.
2 o'clock. Gears moving. Gear up. Flaps up.
Alright, so we're heading for the first waypoint. Since it's a pretty short flight, let's get things set up properly here. This looks good. Those are armed. Can reset that. Looks like the clouds are not going to be too much of a worry, I guess. I was wondering if it would hide the target. Maybe it will, but we'll see when we get there, I guess. Let's just ask the AWACS where bogey is.
Yeah, I'd say that's mud. 10 o'clock. SA2.
Oh, so that target, eh? It's not very far and he's low. Let's get a bearing again.
Magic 11441. Request bogey dope.
Somewhere around there. Sparrows are armed. This is good.
Magic 11441. Request bogey dope.
I can't do that. We have a bandit. AN-26. 12 o'clock. 8 miles.
Ah, I see him. Guess we'll go heaters. I forgot that when I'm on the TV for the Mavericks, can't have him use the radar for some reason. So I'll try to get on this 6 and get a sidewinder up his butt. It's not a very difficult target, but not very good at air-to-air, so. Why won't it fire? Do I have my master arm on? Yes. got a lock. Let's try a radar missile. Will it work? I think it has to do with the fact that I'm in an air-to-ground mode. Usually when you go with the override thing, it overrides it. Go to guns. Will I be able to get it?
Right on this thing. Burn that sucker.
So the gun works.
He's ours now. He's right in front of you. There he is on a 12.
It's pretty ridiculous. Should have done my air-to-ground targets before trying this.
Keep coming. He's on our nose.
Okay, he's broken now.
Going down.
At least it didn't take too many hits. Alright. Now, let's see distance. What I'll do is I'll tell him to go to waypoint 1. Oh, there's another bandit.
Okay, going back to regular scan pattern.
I think I'll do my air-to-ground before I go after the other transport plane. Oh, I'm slow. Let's give it some gas. Okay, now we have altitude and some decent speed. let's prepare our stuff for air to ground. So you can see the camera of the Maverick is active. I must have hit the trigger, or maybe when I hit the gun, it figured it needed to do that. I wonder if it wasn't like a question of AGAA here that prevented me from shooting the missiles. The fact that I'm new to all this and that I'm trying to do all kinds of multi-role things all at the same time, it can be a bit confusing. So I'm trying to see if I can spot the target area. I know there's some smoke on my first target. Ah, there it is. That's the smoke. Okay, so I guess I could tell my friend here. Oops. Go to waypoint 2.
Steering set for the new coordinates.
We're gonna put a hole.
Steering at the turn point.
Since
Mud, 1 o'clock. SA2.
shot it a little bit. Okay, there it is. You want that smoke. Yeah, the clouds are gonna hurt us again. That's okay. We'll just put the nose there. And then we will turn on autopilot. And then maybe we can lock this. I think that might be it, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll wait a little bit. We're 7 miles. Okay, I got it. Rifle. Now there's AAA shooting at me, so. Looks like it's heading in the right direction. Just gonna continue on my climb. Let's see if this hits. Looks like it did. So now the AAA has been dispatched, and we're gonna go try and get these fuel trucks there. So now I can switch to my bombs, which are on the outside pylons. I'm gonna go dive toss. We're gonna drop half of them. Looks good. Now I can go back to my radar display. We'll set that back to 0. Get our bombing table going. Come on. Dive toss. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Let's say 2,500. My first target is at 905. Seems pretty good.
Gotcha. Copy.
That's the range, 10 miles.
We have a bandit, AN-26, 12 o'clock, 7 miles.
Where's my smoke? Okay, there's my smoke. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move that way, so it's not gonna be an easy bomb drop. The thing is, we have some trees and stuff. Good, I can't keep a visual on anything in that plane. So, whoops. Wrong key. I wanted to reset my view. Alright, we should be able to do this now.
Okay, captured.
Bombs away. Oh yeah. That looks like a good bomb drop. Okay, so we got our targets here. I'd like that. So now I can tell Jester to remove the hold.
You got it. Roger. Steering set for new coordinates. We'll hold steering at the turn point. He's at our 2 o'clock low.
Yeah, we'll go after the bandit afterwards, don't worry. So I think our centerline fuel tank is empty, so what we're gonna do is going to turn this off. We're going to turn this on. And there goes our fuel tank. So we're gonna be a bit lighter. Okay, so 7 miles from target. Let's see if we can spot it. Autopilot off. It's at a junction in the road. Should be more or less right in front of us. I see the junction. I see the tents. Yeah, I think I'll try to line up with the road, that way the bombs will be more effective. And again, we have a nice set of clouds that are just there to bother us. At least I was able to keep my visual this time. Let's give it gas and alright.
Captured.
Bombs away. I don't know if my angle is good. Oh yeah, we got him. Now we've got some AAA shooting at us. Yeah, he's mad at us. I think he was on that hilltop there. I still have a Maverick. Thing is, I need the 3 minutes to go and shoot this guy. Now here's what we'll do. We'll go back to this and we'll ask the AWACS where's the other transport plane.
Magic 1-1, 4-4-1. Request bogey dope.
He's very close. I'll be able to spot him visually.
We have a bandit, AN-26, 1 o'clock. 3 miles. Hey, bud, got a new bogey. Right 20, 2 miles, 7,000. Copy, copy.
Oh, we're close. Fox 2. Oh, he's dropping flares.
He's got our 1 o'clock. He's got our 4 o'clock.
At least the sidewinders worked this time, so now it was because of the mode I was in. I lost my visual. Let's cheat just a little bit. Three, 4, Fox 1. And I think he's a goner. Boom. Yeah, we got him.
The bandit is going down.
Yep. The bandit is in the side of that hill. Alright, so doesn't require a ton of skill, but it's good practice.
Back to standard scan.
Okay, how are we doing on fuel? We've got plenty of fuel. So what I'll do is I'll head away from my target for now, and I'm going to turn my things back on for the TV thing. It's going to take about 3 minutes to reheat. I know there are no bandits left in the game, so what we'll do is with our last Maverick, we'll try to get that AAA that was shooting at me near waypoint 3. I think I saw it on the hilltop, so we'll try to spot AAA on a hilltop with our Maverick Seeker. But before that, I have to make nice little circles. got the one Maverick left. I'll try to make good use of it. You can see one of our Sparrows is gone because we shot the last Bandit with it, and there's one missing Sidewinder because we tried it on the first one but it didn't work out. Or actually, was it the second one? I forget. I think it's the second one where it worked but it didn't hit. Yeah, the first one we got with the guns. So let's look at our timer. We're coming up on 2 minutes. So how far are we from the target? About 11 miles. Set this at about 30 something. I forget the exact number, but that'll be close enough. We'll wait for the arm to appear below there. There we go, we got it. And we've got the camera. So let's try to see if we can get the guy on the hilltop. He's 8 miles. It's a bit close, but let's try it. Is it this hilltop or that hilltop? I think it's that hilltop. Let's try that. Do we see something there? Is that my targets? No, that's not my targets. Okay, so 5 miles. We'll do some recon before we shoot, because right now I'm not too sure. Oh, okay. Might be closer than I thought. Is it that road there? Yeah, okay. So it's that junction, that road, and that hilltop. You don't see it because of the clouds, but that hill that's right on my 6 there, that's what we want to hit. So right now I'm hitting 110, and I will need to get back to 290. I'll fly some, I don't know, 10 miles so that I have time to turn around. We're still good on fuel. Oh, SA2.
Okay, we've got mud, 2 o'clock, SA2.
Didn't think of that. So let's turn around a little bit quicker than we had anticipated. .290 seems good. Are these roads? Okay, I think I got my hilltop there. Got the roads, yes. Okay, so he should be like right here. Something looked like a AAA up here. And everything looks the same, right? He's gonna start shooting at me now, so I better get out. Is that the right area? Oh yeah, I'm in the right area. Those low clouds, they're not really allowing me to see in time for a good approach, so might have to give up on this one. One last time. Ah, reflections. That it? Yeah, I can't. He's shooting at me now. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's one of those closed emplacements, so they're well camouflaged. I'd have to come diving for it to see it a bit better, but there are those clouds. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna say deactivate the hold.
Got it. You sharing a set.
We're gonna say that's gonna be for another day. Let's call the AWACS.
Magic 1-1, Ford 4-1, request bogey dope.
Picture clean. Got about 5,700 of fuel, so let's head home.
Fuel check. How we looking?
We're about halfway through, so we're good. Now, just for fun, if we go here and click that and hit F7, this was the guy I was trying to get with my Mavericks. He's not very easy to spot. And I think I locked the area like close to those trees here earlier, so it really wasn't him that I was locking. So yeah, he's right on top of the hill, but maybe we could go check the junction here. There's not much left of my target here, right? Oh no, I got them all. Cool. now we're gonna go to our waypoint. That's gonna help us line up for final, and we're gonna land. And it means we'll probably like overfly the airfield. Still a ways off in the distance, but
Bud, 2 o'clock, SA2.
that SA2 is pretty far from us. I don't think it's gonna be much of a danger. We're here and the SA2 is here, so we're not in its dangerous circle. And so yes, you can see we're heading there, and then we'll turn around and land back at the airfield where we took off from. So now we're probably getting pretty close to the airfield. We should be able to visually spot it right there. See the runway there down below. So one of the things I tried yesterday was to take an F4 and go on the Cold War server, which I think is now headed by Heatblur. And I wanted to test if I could do some air-to-air. Well, I did get close to the enemy, and what was nice is there was a human GCI, I guess, who was directing the different planes to targets. The only problem is that once I got close to one, he fired at me. I spoofed one of his missiles, then I got in a dogfight with him, and I think one of his wingmen must have gotten on my 6 just as I was about to shoot my Sidewinder at the first guy, because I went down in flames. So I still need to train a lot in air-to-air before I go try multiplayer with this thing. You saw how difficult it was to get a gun kill on the first transport, and it wasn't maneuvering much. So yeah, I'm not quite there yet. So as we can see the runway behind us, now I can turn around and go land. Got my air brakes out.
Steering updated to next turn point.
There's the runway. Won't slow down to a complete halt just yet because I want to get closer to the airfield, deploy my gear, flaps. So before landing, I like to raise the seat.
I have a new bogey, right 15, 8 miles, 4,000.
New bogey. You sure? Can you lock it up?
Nah, I can't do that. IFF Fizz positive, he's a buddy.
Ah, it's our AWACS then.
How's our fuel state?
We are good. Get the gear down, flaps down.
And gear, flaps, pressure, warning lights, anti-skid.
Thank you, Jester.
1,000.
Let's get our feet on the pedals.
500. 300. 100. 'Gee, man, I always wanted to be a few inches shorter.
Sorry, Jester, that was a very good landing. I don't know what you're complaining about. Hey, look at me. I'm wearing sunglasses. Yippee. And now that we're on the taxiway, get rid of the parachute. I think we'll go park next to that other F4, and while we taxi, we might as well get some fresh air. I guess we could try to go back to our starting spot. Go a bit wide here. Try not to hit these objects in front of us. And then we'll get on the yellow line. The cockpit of the other plane. How's that look? Maybe a few more inches. There we go. Looks good to me, doesn't it? He seems to think it looks good here. Do you agree? You do? Okay.
Roger. Yes, sir. Wheel cocks in.
Thank you for the wheel checks. I just realized that the mirrors, they're on the canopy there. They're not on this ring. They're not on the ring that stays down. And I want my ladder. Boarding steps. That wheel is not the best, I find, for the ground crew. I kinda like it for Jester, but for the ground crew, I kinda like the way it used to be just in the menu for the radios. And there. So I guess now we can take our helmet off. There we go. How's that look like? Yeah, that looks good. Guess we can take a nice screenshot with that. Does it look better on the other side? More shade on the other side. Although we see the other F4. Cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed the little flight.